everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, whatever time it is, wherever you may be. I am Sharika Sanders, and today I have someone that I know that you should know. And this one's a good one. So, anyway, without further ado, please, Anastasia, please tell us more about what you do and who you are.
Thank you, Sharika. So thank you. I so appreciate the opportunity to be here with you, with your listeners, your viewers, and have the opportunity to just share anything that you feel would be of value to them, that might be coming from my own passion, my own expertise. And I also want to thank you for finding me and connecting with me and for seeing me.
Please tell us, what is the one thing or one of the things that you know that we should know?
Well, I'm going to kind of tap into that authenticity again, or authenticity.
Mm,
Because this has been very recent. I was even having a conversation just yesterday with someone, and it's we're kind of going through this cycle of authenticity where it was all the rage, and then it kind of went away, and now we've got AI, which is coming
mm,
in with in so many different ways, and there's so many benefits to it. But I feel like it makes our authenticity even more important than it ever was before, and being the person that is heard, the person that when you're connecting with others, that they know that it's really you,
mm-hmm,
and that's going to be more valuable than it ever was before. So there's one thing when you hire someone to do stuff for you. So like on my LinkedIn, when I'm connecting with people, it's me, it is not my team that's
mm-hmm,
sending birthday messages or
mm-hmm.
commenting or reaching out or asking someone if they want to connect with me or accepting
Yes.
it, etc. It really is me. And I'm not, I want to be clear, I'm not dissing that that exists, but I do feel like we lose some of that authenticity when we're connecting and it's not really us or it's not really our own voice.
Yeah.
But I would love to share something. So I'm a speaker and podcast booking agent, and I'm also a consultant. So I help people who are using their voice to grow their business or get their message out, whether it be through speaking, podcast guesting, podcast hosting. And my forte is kind of helping people to do it authentically and to brand themselves in such a way that they're more likely to get booked to speak or be a guest on a show, as well as the etiquette around it and how they can be the type of guest that a host is going to love, the type of speaker that an event planner is going to love. And really,
Mm-hmm,
it's just be nice.
mm-hmm.
Be involved, right? So
Uh-huh.
one of the things that I want to talk about specifically with podcasting and in particular podcast guesting, because interview marketing, kind of like what we're doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
interview marketing is taking off. And so a lot of people are realizing the value of it, the digital footprint, the evergreen factor, the Google juice that you get by being a guest on someone else's show or
Mm-hmm.
having your own show and having others on your, all of this, everything is out there for years, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Um, One of the powerful things of that is the being able to just get your voice out and be discovered even long after the fact. So it's an
Yes.
effective marketing tool. So a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon saying, "Oh, this is awesome," or "My business coach is telling me I need to do podcast guesting, etc." So they just start getting on podcasts, but they're not really developing a relationship with the host of those shows. And I want to share with people that it's if you're not going to do it right, honestly, don't do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's happening is they're hiring agencies or VAs to do the work for them, which obviously I'm in favor of. I'm an agency. I love it when people hire us, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you're not careful, if those organizations or even you yourself are not being personal in the approach, they're sending a template out to who knows how many people. It's not a match. And this is really fresh in my mind because I legit just yesterday found in my spam 3 messages from a podcast booking agency. The first one asking me, like, don't you want us to, or would you like us to get you booked on 50 podcasts? This interview marketing is the
Mm,
way to go. Less than 24 hours later, I got a second email. I haven't heard from you. This is really valuable. You want to be on podcasts. I assure you, we can do a great job and get you seen. Less than 48 hours, they send a third email to me. So I've got 3 emails over the course of 4 days, which the
wow.
last one was on Friday of Labor Day weekend. Each time coming back to me saying, don't you want to work with us? We're
Mm,
great. And I had to write them back and correct them with some of these things and say, and guess what? I'm a podcast booking agent. You are straight up pitching your services to
mm,
a podcast booking agent. And I pray for the sake of your clients that you are not so impersonal and are not doing
yeah.
your homework so as to pitch your clients to a show
Yeah.
that they're not a good fit for.
Yeah.
So I want people to be aware that they themselves need to represent themselves well and do their homework. So, number one, don't offer yourself as a guest to a show that you, A, make sure that the show is still active because pod fade,
Yeah.
podcasts that start and fade out and disappear is a real thing. Two, that they have guests. I can't tell you how many people I know, hosts that don't have guests and they get pitched to. I get pitched to for my show, and I don't even have one. I never have. Um, and then three, they're not a good fit. They're not matched. And four, they haven't listened to the show. So it's important that people vet the show and make
Yeah.
sure that you can be of value to that host before
Yeah.
you even reach out. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your time because you know what? That host knows other people. They know other hosts, and
Mm-hmm.
you just gave them a really bad impression about you and your integrity as a business owner when you can't even take the time
Yeah.
to review a show before you reach out. So do your homework before
Mm-hmm.
you reach out. Make sure that you can be of value to that host because if at the end of the day, if you're not able to do something on that talk that is going to keep people listening to the end of that interview, then again, you just wasted your time, you wasted the host time and be involved with the host, stay in touch with them, follow them on their socials, engage with them. Hosts, and you know this, Sharika, you're a host. They call it host ghosting. So
Mm,
people, they show up, they do the interview, they're in essence using the platform to get their voice out. The host never hears from them again. It's like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and that's
mm-hmm.
it. They're gone. And the host feels used. Now, you
Mm-hmm.
all are the ones that are putting all the time, money, and effort into creating a platform for the rest of us to use for our voice. Now, I don't believe that people do that on purpose. So
Yeah.
the reason why I'm sharing this is because I believe it's out of ignorance. It's not understanding the value of relationship marketing.
Yeah.
I would far rather people do less interviews and do them right and be involved with that host who can be your new best friend. They can connect you with other people. You stay on their radar, you
Mm-hmm.
bless them. And when
Mm-hmm.
you do that, you will be blessed.
I love it. Drops mic, as they say. I,
So
that was
that's me getting me on my soapbox because I'm my granddaughters call me Marmy. I call it Marmy's etiquette. So we can call it best practices if that feels better. But the point is, it's important that people see this because I witness it every single day. And I really do believe that people just are not aware of how it comes off.
mm-hmm. I thank you for that. I think that's very, very helpful, especially on a platform like LinkedIn, where you have so many different podcast hosts who can appreciate what you're saying, and even people guessing and looking for opportunities. I had a podcast reach out to me recently, and they're like, "Hey, we think you'll be a great fit," and I'm like, I'm not really sure." And then the final thing that I saw, it was like, and we asked that our guest currently um, have been in business for whatever amount of time and are producing at least seven figures. And I was like, okay, that was my
It
that
had
was
to be
my
at the
cue.
top. I didn't need to read further.
Post your own video, your own, saying whatever it is you need to say, whether it's LinkedIn or wherever. But I love that you have those tools and tips, because you do want to make sure that you're with someone like-minded. You want to make sure that you can actually hold a conversation. You want to
Mhm.
be comfortable and someone that you can actually speak with. And I even love the additional tip about uh the host ghosting. I love that phrase.
Mm.
Because that is very, very important, because people don't think about it. And I would probably say in the beginning, I'm not sure that I did either. And then after so long, it was like, but wait a minute, a lot can come from the relationship. And it's all about building the
Yes.
relationship. And we are in this whole pace where we're trying to like get it over, get it done, check off the list, move on to the next. And the relationship is what really matters and will keep you in whatever space you're trying to be in.
Mhm.
So thank you for all of that. I think that was some really, really valuable information, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're still in corporate, whatever space you're in. And I like etiquette. And I think 63 looks good on you. And so
Thank
thank
you.
you for your time. I appreciate you. I appreciate your insight. And come back anytime.
Oh, thank you. I so appreciate that. It has been an honor completely.
Same, same. All right. Please note that Anastasia's contact information will be listed within well, first we'll have her tagged and make sure that our contact information is listed within the post.
Mhm.
Um, please reach out if you have questions, if you have comments, if there are, I'm not really sure, but I'm really, reach out, ask the questions, because we want to make sure we're building the right relationships, right?
Right.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if people reach out to me on LinkedIn and they introduce themselves and in particular say, hey, I saw or heard you on Sharika's show, I absolutely will accept. I love connecting with people. But if someone just sends an invitation without any introduction, telling
mhm,
me who they are, more often than not, I will not accept it because there's an assumption, and this is just a little handy dandy tip for everybody about LinkedIn as well. There is an assumption that if someone's not going to take the time, 30 seconds to introduce themselves to me, that they're not in it for the relationship. So there are a lot of people that are pitching their services on LinkedIn, just like everything else. You always have
mhm,
those bad apples that are going to make it harder for the others. And I fully recognize that LinkedIn also they've shifted things. They're kind of forcing people into premium programs faster, so
yeah,
you have a more limited amount of times that you can do a personalized reach out.
yeah.
So, but there's other ways. Like you find the person through their own website. If you can't do
Mhm,
that, you find them other ways to reach
mhm,
out and make it personal. Take the time because we are all in it for the relationships. And I guess we could always come down just to the golden rule, right?
mhm.
Don't we all want to be treated
Yes,
that way ourselves? So if we just take a moment
yes.
and come at it from that viewpoint, and it's not even just about etiquette, it's just common business sense. So if you want to be more effective in your business, be kind. Be
Yes,
kind and personal in what you do. And it's not just in podcast guesting or speaking. I'm talking about in
yes.
everything.
That's
In
very true.
everything.
It's
So
very true. It's all about the relationship. If you don't remember anything else, it's all
yes,
about the relationship. So
yes.
I again, just thank you for these great, great nuggets of wisdom.
So
Again,
appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And like I said, if you all have questions, please follow up, please ask. In this particular instance, you would want to ask for permission, not forgiveness. So thank
Mhm.
you again. And until next time,
All right.
bye.